Okay, Professor Roger Costa here. Last video we saw how to do the stand-up and base and also how to use it in a self-defense situation. Today we're gonna do as a simple drill, right? I'm gonna show the stand-up and base that I showed in the last video, but also I'm gonna show more exercises that are very basic, right? For mobility and for everything that's related to Jiu-Jitsu. So let's start with the stand-up and base here. Okay, the drill. So I'm gonna have one leg straight, the other leg bent, like I explained in the video. So I'm not gonna explain again because I already explained on the past video. So we're just gonna see how we're gonna practice that as a drill. So we're gonna start in the stand-up and base, hips off the floor. Okay, the straight leg is gonna go all the way back, and right now I'm gonna come up here. Once I come up here, I'm gonna use the same move we did before. Okay, step back, hands to your face, and right now I'm gonna go back to my initial position. Step forward. Okay, if I'm stepping forward with the left leg, right hand on the floor, kick the right leg all the way through. Boom. Right? Right now I'm gonna switch sides. Okay, bend the right knee, stretch the left leg. So since this leg is straight, this leg is gonna step back. Here, step the leg back, come up with the upper body, take a step back here, hands to your face, right? And I'm gonna use the same motion I used before. Go back to the initial position. So basically the drill is gonna be, I'm gonna do back to back. I start very slow, and as I feel good, okay, I speed up the process. So. Right now I'm gonna show another angle. And that's gonna be our simple drill for stand-up and base. So that's another simple drill that I use for warm-up, right? Also good for mobility in Jiu-Jitsu. So when we start in Jiu-Jitsu, one thing that's very important for you guys to keep away from injuries and everything, it's that you do these exercises, okay, as a warm-up. That's gonna prepare you, okay, later on when during the class, when you're gonna be drilling techniques, or even like, doing, if you're a beginner, doing like some, let's say, situational training or something like that. So I always recommend that you work on these exercises, okay, as a warm-up, so you guys can move on with the technique or anything that you're working on, right? So I'm gonna start with the right leg forward, left leg back. Okay, my goal right now is gonna be to put my chest on the floor, my forehead on the floor. Of course, if I don't have the flexibility, I just go as low as I can, right? Right now I'm gonna come up. As I come up, I'm gonna be sitting on my hips, right? As I sit on my hips right now, I'm gonna switch base. How am I gonna switch this base right here? Okay, I'm gonna throw the legs all the way forward, and right now I'm gonna throw my right leg all the way back, and my left leg is gonna be the one pointing forward right here, right? I'm gonna do the same move I did before for the first one. I'm gonna go all the way down as much as I can, come up, okay, hips off the floor, switch base, okay, switch base, boom, switch base, switch base, switch base, switch base. Okay, so that's gonna be pretty much your S-base switch drill, right? I'm gonna do it to the other side right here, so you can see it. And other sides. Okay, so that's going to be our next exercise here. Okay, the get-ups on the knees. One thing that's very important, you have to keep one leg up to the ceiling. In this case, my right leg. Okay, the knee pointing up to the ceiling. The left leg, the other knee is going to be pointing out to my left side right here on the side, right? One thing that's very important for this exercise, I need to use the hips. Avoid putting the hands on the floor. Unless you don't have the mobility, you can push it a little bit, but the goal is to work on the hips. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to come up, right? And I'm going to come up using my hips. Putting my chest all the way out. Sit back down, initial position. Right now I'm going to switch legs. Left leg go on top of the right leg, right? And right now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up, oh, and sit back down, right? And I'm going to do that back to back. Okay. Remember, hips, okay? Not hands. I have to use my hips here. Boom. Boom. If you have any type of difficulty to come up using the hips, that's okay that you put the hands on the floor to push it, right? But the final move right here is you need to have one knee on the floor and the other one pointing forward like this. Okay, when you finish the move, you gotta make sure that you put your chest all the way out, right? So you're gonna be okay. Other side. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so right now I'm gonna do the kickouts. Okay, first I'm gonna open a tabletop position like this, right? So I'm gonna be on my base like this, and right now I'm gonna kick my right leg on top of the left leg right here. I'm gonna kick all the way through. Remember, I'm gonna finish the position, one hand on the floor, in this case my right hand, left foot on the floor, okay, and only on two bases right here. Back to the middle, to my tabletop position, and right now I'm gonna kick the left leg all the way through. Okay, hips off the floor, left hand on the floor, right foot on the floor, right? Back to the middle, switch, okay? If you have the hips, if you feel comfortable moving the hips all the way to the other side, you don't have to stop in the middle, you just can go straight. Or stop, drop one leg, stop, drop the other leg. Okay, so right now we're gonna move on to the tabletop base, right? We're gonna go from tabletop to reverse tabletop. And right now I'm gonna explain how we do that. I'm gonna open my tabletop position, right? Right leg, I'm gonna kick over the left leg. Left arm, I'm gonna throw over, so I'm gonna do this. This rotation right here. Make sure hips are off the floor and base wide open. I'm gonna keep going clockwise with the left leg under the right and right arm over, throwing the right arm over right now. Okay, keep clockwise, right leg under the left, throw the left arm over. Boom. So I can go clockwise, or if I want to reverse position, I can go 180 or 360, okay? As long as I keep my base wide open and hips off the floor, right? Okay.